Shalom, shalom, Akim. First and foremost, I give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to all the Akim who are doing the work in sincerity and charity with humiliation all across the four winds. To you I salute. The sincere Akim and our Agwathim out there that's serving their husbands with due diligence. You I also salute. This is the brother Yasha Wamba from the GMS Bahamas camp, back at you with a brief spiritual exhortation. A quick lesson. Now, I was speaking to the Akim yesterday, and we went into a particular topic, and I went into the topic of pleasures. And when you think about it, a multitude of pleasures make you weak, you see, and a multitude of trials and tribulations, if you learn from it, will make you strong, right? But that being said, that goes twofold, you see, because there are pleasures on the left hand side, and then there are pleasures on the right hand side, right? The pleasures on the left hand side are those that grant immediate gratification. You get that it's like a quick hit, you see. You feel that, and then you happy for a time, like sex, winning some money, or getting some good news, or for some people winning a fight, for those who box, or winning a match. That's that instant gratification, that's that instant pleasure. But on further on down, after that instant gratification is gone, after the high wears off, you're right back feeling sorrowful, remembering you still inside captivity, remembering you still have to pay taxes, remember you still have bills to pay, remember you still going through the struggle, and if you have an abundance of those immediate pleasures, sooner or later you can jack yourself up. You can find yourself in a position where as you constantly in a rut. So a self-examination comes in as well. Some men, some of us, we know what our vices are. Some of us, they like money. Some of us, we love women. Whatever. Some of us, we like to watch sports, we like entertainment, but we have to be mindful to keep those things under wraps. Because again, if you become engulfed in those instant pleasures, you can jack yourself up, because then you can start to stray more and more away from your true purpose, which is to serve Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And we have to keep those things, we have to keep it mindful, we have to be mindful of that. Now, on the other hand, there are pleasures on the right hand side, but the pleasures on the right hand side is completely different than the pleasures on the left hand side, because on the right hand side, those pleasures, they come later on. I might so tell you. You don't get that doing this work of the Most High Power. You don't get that instant fleshly gratification. You may feel good in the spirit. It'll make you feel very good in the spirit for a very long time, knowing that you're doing the work of the Most High Power sincerely. But to say you get that instant gratification, no, you ain't gonna get that right away. You can go through a lot of shit. You can go through many trials and tribulations, because when you think in Sirach chapter 2 and verse 1, it says, "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation." The Most High telling you, if you come to serve Him, prepare yourself for temptation. Prepare yourself to go through shit. Prepare yourself to be uncomfortable, like the elder Malcolm, I think it was. Salakia. Yeah, the elder said you gotta get comfortable being uncomfortable. You see? So, Salakia, that's a Ramlad. Salakia, yeah. You have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. You know, when you come to serve the Lord, it ain't gonna be easy. You know, opportunities that you used to have, those doors can close. You know, when you could do a certain thing without fault or get away with certain things, you can't do those things no more. And the opportunities which you used to have, those opportunities won't be there no more. Because why? The Most High is preparing you to at least to desensitize you of the pleasures of this world. And we have to desensitize ourselves of the pleasures of this world, because at the end of the day, it's vanity. Solomon wrote about those things. All these are vanities of vanities. The money, that's vanity. You know, the instant gratification, that's vanity. You know, watching sports and all these different shit is vanity, because it's just a fleeting sensation. It don't last long. You see, it don't last long. But when you're doing the work of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, even though you're not getting that instant gratification, you know, or that fleshly instant gratification, we know later on we storing up our treasures in heaven. That way we'll be able to have that pleasure for the rest of eternity. You see? So, having temporary discomfort, would you rather have temporary discomfort for an eternity of pleasures, or temporary pleasures with an eternity of misery? The answer seems pretty simple to me. You know, but we have to be mindful of these things, because those fleshly pleasures will make you weak. Spiritual pleasures will make you strong, because those spiritual pleasures come with trials and tribulations, which ties into trials and tribulations. When you learn and understand from it, makes you strong. You see? Yeah, a lot of us got our shit when we going through, but and the elder Yashawamba did a very, very beautiful lesson on that yesterday. Even though you're going through your trials and tribulations, don't let that bitterness run into the ministry. Don't let that heartache or that heartbreak or whatever that trial what you're going through get the best of you. Like the Most High told Job, gird up thy loins as a man and show thyself to be a man. Again, remember Sirach chapter 2. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. So you're supposed to be prepared for this shit. You're supposed to be prepared for heartache. You're supposed to be prepared to get some shit from your woman. You're supposed to be prepared to lose money. You're supposed to be prepared to lose a fight or two. You're supposed to be prepared for shit that jack you right fucking up to the point whereas you feel as though you down there to your lowest. Because the Most High will break you right down to the molecular level, make you feel less than nothing. Which in this side we are nothing. Yeah, we considered as worms. You know, but at the same time, though to him we are basically reputed as nothing, but at the same time to him we are as everything, because we are his chosen people. It may sound weird to the untrained ears, but that's what it is. You know, he has to break you down to nothing to build you up into everything, boy. Break you down to nothing to build you up into everything. And the only way you can get that is through the pleasures of the Spirit, which it will break you down to build you right back up. And we have to endure these things, but the race ain't for the swift, but for who can endure. You know, I can give an example. This is the first time I use an example like this. Imagine, for those who know about stocks, imagine you buy a stock here and you have a small account, right? But you wager big. If you don't have that equity to sustain, let's say you buy and you're expecting it to go this way, but it goes the other way. If you don't have that equity, you pretty much blow your account. You out of the race. And that's the same way like it unto the spiritual sense. You know, we looking for the reward from the Most High. But if you don't put in that work to build your spiritual bank, when you go into your trials and tribulations and that breaking you down, If you don't have that spiritual reserve, you get wiped fucking out. But if you have that spiritual reserve, no matter how much you get break down, yeah, you can feel like you're in the negative, but you'll be able to slowly build you'll be able to build right back up. You have the endure. You have to tank it. You have to be a tank. You have to tank these trials and these tribulations. Can't be no wuss. You know, the Most High ain't called no wuss. Everyone who the Most High called and of his elect are brave men, austere men, real men. You see? And we have to be in the same like mind. Don't give in to these, these worldly pleasures. Because you can enjoy it for a time, you can laugh now, but you can cry later. Right? Follow this quick precept right here. Just to tie it all in. You see, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 16. I can read verse 1 first. It says, "Preserve me, O Yahweh, for in thee do I put my trust." You see that? And when you preserve something, when you think about preserving meat or preserving food, it takes a process of time. You can't preserve food instantly. You have to preserve that over the course of time. And we ask the Most High to preserve us, meaning over the course of time, keep us, cure us, purify us. You see? And we have to keep that in mind. And we jump down here to verse 10. Psalm 16 and 10. And it's at verse 9. Slakia verse 8. It says, "I have set Yahweh always before me, because he is at my right hand. I shall not be moved. Therefore my heart is glad, and my glory rejoiceth. My flesh also shall rest in hope." You see that? Once you spiritual, fleshly things will follow. But if you fleshly, spiritual things ain't gonna follow. Verse 10. "For thou wilt not leave my soul in hell, neither wilt thou suffer thine Holy One to see corruption." You see that? They will say, "For thou wilt not leave my soul in hell." That don't mean you ain't gonna go through hell. But when you trust in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, he ain't gonna leave you there. You see, "Neither wilt thou suffer thine Holy One to see corruption." And when you think of being corrupted, when you think of corruption happens slowly over a course of time. Right? And it says here, "Neither wilt thou suffer thine Holy One to see corruption." So even though you're going through hell, you'll be like that beacon of light walking through the darkness. The darkness can be close to you. It be like right here, all around you, but it ain't gonna touch you because you have the light within you. You see? Remember the scripture says, "Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou prepared the table before me in the presence of mine enemies." You see? And these things we have to keep in mind and bear in mind and trust in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Even though you're going through hell, even though you're going through your shit, your trial, or your tribulations, by trusting the Most High. As long as that light inside you, that darkness will not touch you, but you will not be corrupted by. He didn't say it was going to be easy, but he did say it was going to be worded by. I might as well tell you. Gird up your loins as a man. Psalm 16 and 11. "Thou wilt show me the path of life. In thy presence is fullness of joy. At thy right hand there are pleasures forevermore." And who is at the right hand of the Most High? Yahweh Shai. At thy right hand there are pleasures forevermore. What more could you ever want? There are pleasures in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, but you're going to have to go through some shit to get it. But that's just a quick lesson, a quick exhortation for the Hakim that hold firm. We almost out here, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakal Kadash, Shalom, and Abad Babal.